I'm Ray. Today we're here to have a look at the BLUETTI EP2000, the 3-phase BLUETTI unit. We're going to test it out, max it out to the 20 kilowatts, and then we'll do a blackout simulation. We'll wander inside and we'll get things going. Actually, before we go, I'll turn the barbecue on. It should draw a couple of kilowatts to start off with. I've got the air conditioner on at the moment, it's sitting at 20, so I'll crank the air conditioner up, which is on the app. Currently 20 degrees in there, I'll crank it up to 27. But while we're doing that, we'll do some other things. We'll put the cooker on. I've got a couple of pots of water on here. Currently I've got zero solar, and we're 100% on the battery. And at the moment we've got 9.6 kilowatts of consumption. So it's pretty high, it's like halfway there already. That's the hot water, the barbecue, and the aircon. The aircon will ramp up a bit more. So I'll turn on a couple of burners on the induction cooktop. If we loaded this all the way up, it's 11 kilowatts. So we're currently at 18 amps, 23 amps, 10 amps. So I need to get some more load onto phase 1 and phase 3. Drag some more power. What I'll do now, I'll go and turn, I've got a couple of heat lamps in the bathroom, so I'll go and turn them on in each of the bathrooms. So heat lamps on in one bathroom, that's about 1 kilowatt. So we're up to 15 kilowatts step now. We're still not drawing from the grid. You can see that this little one here comes back and says a little bit of grid there, but that's just a balancing thing. That will disappear very, very shortly. When you draw power instantly for any appliance, there's a change in how much power is going to be produced by either the grid or the inverter. The grid is much faster at keeping up, so it'll drag a little bit of power from the grid at that point in time. But the good thing about the BLUETTI is it then tries to give that power back. So it'll draw power, but then it'll push some power back the other way to compensate for it. The other one, this will give us another 3 kilowatts, and it'll might push us into the grid. So we've hit our 20 kilowatts, and we've got a little bit coming from the grid now by the looks of it. So we've crossed over to that 20 kilowatt mark. We've got a little bit of grid coming into it now at 23.3 kilowatts. Now, with inverters, the efficiencies change when they get warmer, when they get colder. So 20 kilowatts being that box out there, it will have some margins in there, margins where it might be run a little bit higher if it's cooler, it might run a little bit lower if it's colder. Maybe the next thing we do is we'll just go back to like running a normal house. We'll have a look at that, and then we'll kill the AC. We'll get rid of the grid and show how seamless it is. So we're currently consuming 7.8 kilowatts. That'll be probably mostly the air conditioner and the hot water service, right? So we've got grid connect operation, no solar production because the solar's off, and the grid's just flashing through. So I'm going to go out to the switchboard and flick off the mains. Probably want to stay in here. You'll hear the battery go clunk and the lights hopefully will stay on. Okay. We'll be back in a sec. Did you hear a clunk? Yep. Excellent. So lights are still on. We're drawing 6.6 kilowatts, changes around, and I'm just going to stick my head in there and check and make sure Justine's computer's still working. Is your computer still going? Yeah. Oh, yep. She's still got a computer going and she's still connected to the net. It's a 10 millisecond switch, which is better than most UPSs that you have on a computer system. Everything remains up. So the only thing that I've noticed when it does switch over is the downlights in the house. You can sometimes see a slight flick of the downlights. 10 millisecond changeover, that's another reason why I thought it was going to be pretty good, because a 10 millisecond changeover, I think most of them are around 20. Yeah. Some of them are getting to the 10 milliseconds now, but 10 milliseconds is like nothing. A communication system switchover is required to be less than 50 milliseconds. Yeah, it went well. Actually, I haven't pushed it all the way to 20 kilowatts before, so it was good to do it. I was confident it was going to go. We went through it and we loaded it up with putting a lot of appliances on the house. As I said before, the house is fully electric, so we've got plenty of stuff that draws power. We went fully to that 20 kilowatt limit, saw the battery deplete a bit. We didn't have the solar connected, so it was only the battery working. We saw the grid start to cut in once we went over that 20 kilowatt limit. And then we reset and we came out and we did a blackout simulation. So we did basically the same as the grid going down. I flicked off the main breaker, which is the same as if you lose the grid, blackout, brownout. You would have heard the box go clunk and flick the relay over to the internal inverter. And noticed that there was no power, and the biggest bonus was Justine, my wife, was in there working, and she didn't lose her computer or her internet as well.